It's another beautiful morning. Well, it's still good morning, Anambra. And when we talk about sports, we say sports is life. And of course, life is all about sports and all about many other things we do in life. And this morning, we're going to be talking about sports development in Anambra State. And of course, we're not going to be alone in the house doing this morning. We have a special guest in the house who is going to be telling us more about the development of sports in Anambra State. And I'm talking about Mr. Tony Oli, Chairman, Anambra Sports Development Commission. Good morning.
Yeah,
welcome
good morning.
to the program.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
All right, sports development in Anambra State. Ever since you assumed office as the chairman of the Sports Development Commission, how has it been so far?
Oh, well, first I have to thank you for giving me this opportunity to be here and explain what we're doing in Anambra State Sports Development Commission. Okay, since I resumed there, we've been trying to reorganize the place. Remember, it's a new commission carved out from the old Youth and Sports Ministry. So we've started and we tried to put our house together, reorganize the whole system, and ensure that we develop sports in Anambra State.
Okay.
So far we've been doing being on the drawing board, but right now we are coming out.
All right, the bill for this commission was passed just 7th September 2018, and then contained there we have something like that you are going to identify and create new locations for development of community sport in Anambra State.
Yeah.
Have you started doing that, or do you still have plans for that?
No, we've started doing that already. In our last meeting with His Excellency the Governor, he made it very clear that we are going to develop sports centers in the various local governments. We're going to take it at the zonal level first, then we now go down to the local government. So for this year, we already marked out Kulobia, Township Stadium. If you go there, you see that it's just a bare playing ground. We want to reactivate the place and bring it up to standard. We'll be also looking at Otosha Township Stadium. Onisha already have one, after which we now look at, Oka being the central place. So we've already started work. The drawings for these areas are already done. Just awaiting just a little fine-tuning, and it goes for approval.
All right, well, if you agree with me, you agree that the Anambra, the youths in Anambra State are agile, they love sports, and, they play sports, and they probably hope that their sports ambition and career would get to the peak to what they want it to be. Now, the Commissioner for Ministry of Youth Empowerment and Creative Economy, Mr. Nemale, was saying that this commission particularly will need, of course, massive support from the public and private companies or individuals who is going to sponsor this. How has it been so far? Have you been able to get this partnership with them to enable sports activities in your commission? Yeah,
sure. Given my background as somebody who is coming from, marketing, I did a lot of, corporate marketing. So taking over the sports, I know that it's not something government can do alone. By the way, tomorrow we are having what we call Work for Life. And in as much as it has not happened before, we still went out to, reach out to corporate organization. And we have people we already call our working partners, they're already working with us in this aspect,
All right, we still come to the Work of Life, I said, but we want to, under your words, Anambra State have participated in some national games like the Channels Cup, the National Sports Festival, and others. And even though some of them we didn't emerge the first or that, but we want to know how this have motivated your commission or the people, the youths here in Anambra State. As pertaining sports, and then the lessons you learned from Anambra talents going out there to the national level to participate.
Well, for sure, barely 1 week I assumed office. The Channel Kiddies Cup came up, and personally I went to Lagos, with them, and they played, very well. The game of football, sometimes politics come in. Life there in Lagos. The boys did very well, and in one way or the other, they were
talking about the Kiddies Cup.
Yeah, sure.
They came forth, yes.
They came forth. They were schemed out somehow, but then we took the lesson from there, and that was what is propelling us to start. By the end of this month, we are starting our football season. So that we start early. when we come to that, you see what we are preparing in the football season. So that we prepare them quite on time, get them ready so that when such competition come again, we'll not be complaining. And talking of the National Sports Festival, we've done the Under 15 Sports Festival in Ilori. Our kids, we prepared them also. They went there, yes, like you said, we didn't come first, but we were able to prove that Anambra State is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, and we are moving forward. We're in about 3 of our kids won gold medal. We got 5 silver medals and about 7 bronze. And the lessons there is what we are now deploying in preparing for the National Sports Festival that is coming up from 6th to 16th of December. We've already done the trials from the 3 senatorial zone. Last Monday, we concluded the statewide trials. What we are doing now is compiling names of those of them that are qualified, that is going to go to camp. These are the lessons because we've learned how to start preparation quite on time. So the lessons are huge and we are, living by it.
All right.
All right, well, we're going for a short break now. And when we return, of course, Good Morning Anambra continues. Stay with us.
Listen to this public service announcement. The Anambra State Sports Development Commission cordially invites you to the maiden edition of Walk for Life. It holds this Saturday, the 3rd of November 2018. Tagged, Fun Way to Keep Fit. Walk schedule is as follows. Open ground, opposite Governor's Lodge, 6:30 a.m. Take off, 7 a.m. Final stop and aerobics at Njikoka Local Government Area, Abagana. There would be 4 refuel points along the route. The Walk for Life is proudly supported by International Brewers PLC and Bullet Energy Drink.
All right, it's good to have you back. And we're still talking about sports development in Anambra State. And we have in the studios the chairman, Mr. Tony Oli, the chairman, Anambra Sports Development Commission. Okay, quickly, we know your ministry is organizing the maiden edition. Okay, your commission rather is organizing the maiden edition of Walk for Life. Quickly tell us, what is this all about? What are we expecting to see? And of course, what is the aim we're expecting to achieve at the end of this walk, the maiden edition of Walk for Life?
It's all about healthy living.
Okay.
Basic, healthy living. Wants the people of Anambra State to be fit. Okay? Wake up in the morning, run up and down, move around, no time to relax. At the executive chambers, all walk, These days you see people, they slump and it's gone. Lack of exercise. But, some of us will not have time to go to the gym, to go to, register for clubs. But this one, once in a month, call people out. Over a period of time, you become part of our lifestyle. You start doing it on your own. So what we're doing is to create the awareness. Tell people it's not something difficult. So that's why we call it Walk for Life. Fun. There will be music. As you trek along, you won't know you're burning the calories. By the time you do like 1, 2, 3, 4 kilometers, you'll have burned a hell lot of calories. You become healthy. So that's what it is.
All right, then who are we expected to participate in this Walk for Life?
Everybody. You are invited.
Okay.
You are invited.
All right.
You understand? The governor will be there. The whole executive. In short, we've contacted everybody in Anambra State. Judiciary, House of Assembly, just name them. So we want everybody. The Walk for Life is not for me and you alone. It's not for my commission. We are trying to create awareness for the Anambra.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name and location. Ifeanyi, where is Ifeanyi calling us from?
Calling from Akwa.
Oh, from Akwa Ibom State. All right.
Akweze.
Okay, Akweze. Okay, rather. All right, Akweze. Go ahead with your contribution.
Okay. We can make an Tony away now.
Okay. No.
Yen na so yen to kan telo no de bigo no wana no go bana so. Uno you know go wana go na o yon the private school. Dana na flat go. Kane upe e bo maka ga ne to sport. Go re discover more talent. Obola mari no na flat go go chi. Onwe ba ya e ba ne mera bigo no wana no 10 minutes and then go on so ke igwa kayon the private schools mina. They will trade a man and that's what they can show it here.
Thank you so much, Ifeanyi.
Yes, exactly. I'm coming to that. In short, one of the things that I proposing, and when after discussing with the governor, we take it to the House, it will be enacted, as a law. Discussing with the Commissioner for Education. Because when you call what my commission is sports development, I always emphasize that name, development. The private schools, growing up, you know that every school have a playing ground. Yes. But here you have schools just in one flat, a school has opened. It's not proper. You have our kids growing up, not, taking any, we'll call something PE then. PE. So where do you do it? Is it on the flat? No. So he is correct. In short, he's even speaking my mind. Is one of the things, and that's why most of the program we're having now, they are not included.
The private schools?
Yes, because when I say school football, I assume that this school will play ball. Where will you play it? I'm trying to do school football. You play home and away. So when I come to your home, you provide a space for us to play. You understand? If I come to your own, you provide a space. So what he's saying is the correct thing. But instead we conclude it, before you open school, you must show us at least 1,000 square meters, open field, where kids will play, so that we can do that.
All right, that's a good one. Let's still come back to the Work for Life Keep Fit program that is coming up. We want to know about sponsorship. How is this program being sponsored? And
do you guys have any sponsors? Anyone sponsoring this program?
Well, we don't call them sponsors. We call them working partners, because we are working. If you look at it, working partners, they are trekking with us. And in this case, international breweries have, they've come to us. They say they want to work with us. Bullets energy drink, they also want to work with us to give people more energy. So these are, for now, our working partners. But, I'm sure when the second edition will come, this one will be a sort of evidence to people that these things are real.
Okay, so you have plans of having other editions?
For sure.
So how often will that come?
It should be a monthly program. The second edition is already planned. We're already planning for the second edition. But this one is as good as gone. Tomorrow is gone. We are looking beyond tomorrow. We are talking of 1st of November, of December, which is the second edition.
Okay, so where are we kickstarting? Where is it going to start from, and how is the movement going to be like?
Okay.
Take off point.
We are starting from the field opposite Governor's Lodge. And we are taking it all the way to Njikoka. It's quite a distance. In any case, by the end of today, we will conclude if that, because we have 2 routes already mapped out. One is from the field opposite the Governor's Lodge down to Njikoka local government, which is about 10.5 kilometers. The other one, the second route, because we provided 2 alternative routes, by this evening we will conclude it, is taking it from the same field, opposite Governor's Lodge, all the way to Ekoka, down to Finotel, and back to Ekweme Square through the express. That one should be somewhere around 4 or 5 kilometers. So by the time we wait this evening, knowing fully well that this is the first time this thing is coming up, a good number of people might not be able to go that route.
We're talking about Medicare.
That's the medical stuff. Okay,
in terms of Medicare, we've contacted the relevant authorities. Red Cross is there. The Ministry of Health, they are there. So we have these things provided. Ambulance. Well, we don't want anybody to fall down. We want people to work for life and not work to go to hospital.
So what time are they what time are they expecting to be at the venue, the takeoff point?
6:30. People should be at the venue by 6:30 because 7 o'clock we take off.
All right. Away from that, you're talking about sports in Anambra. We have sports groups in Anambra State like Mikel Obi, Onyan, and all that. Then how do we develop the next generation to produce more people in sports in Nigeria, in Anambra State?
Fantastic. Exactly what I've been battling with. Because, I always tell them whenever we had meetings, look at that name. It is called sports development. It's not sports championship. Once you get to Mikel Obi level, we assume you have been made. You will only come back to give to us, your experience. And for that reason, we are going back to the roots. Like I said, we are starting football season, and it's starting from, under 13, which is primary school. We are bringing back academicals, which is under 17. We are doing Traders Cup. You understand? We are doing Community Shield, which is among the communities in Anambra State. What we are trying to do is to go back to the roots, start catching them young, and anybody we get, we start from there and train them. The National Sports Youth Sports Festival we went for. By the time we start also school sports, we will encourage every school to be holding inter-house sports. And we'll bring out a weekend where we will now have Anambra Sports Festival, where they will all come together to compete. From there, and we'll make sure we compete these things within January to May. At that point, we will have selected the talents, put them in a camp, so that anytime we have sports festival, we'll move on. What we have also done in terms of selecting people that will represent, will replace these legends in football, we gathered all the clubs in Anambra State and put them in a competition for about 3-4 days and selected about 25 players that we call Anambra Tigers. The assumption is that we take ourselves like a country. I don't want to have a club, but we take it like a country.
All right, look at the governor there at the screen.
Oh, sure.
So what you ask you in this question, how supportive has the governor, Willie Obiano, been to the development of sports in Anambra State?
The commission, basically, you just talked about
it's
a new commission carved out from the youth in sports, okay?
Wonderful. It is because of the interest and the need to make sports, a major pillar that made him to carve it out. When they are together as youth and sports, one interest will be dominating the other.
Okay.
The two agencies, they are both youth, youth programs. So you see interference from one end to the other. So he has to just bear it, pull it out, and give it a focus. So now it is having a focus. And like I said, in this 1 month, you will see that sports is coming up strongly.
Okay, good. When we talk about sports development, a whole lot of people will be feeling and thinking it's about football. Sure. So now, because it's sports development in Anambra State, away from football, what are other sports your commission is looking towards developing? To of course give room for the younger ones who probably want to practice other sports away from football.
It just normal thing in the world that football is doing is anytime we talk sports, everyone's mind will go to football. Fine, but football is just one aspect.
Okay.
When we talk on sports development, all of them. Like I said, we just finished the trials of National Sports Festival, and we gave every zone 1 full day. We have more than 23 sports that we are going with to the National Sports Festival, from taekwondo, from judo. In short, the young man that won medal, Clinton, is not football. You understand? So we are developing from tennis, from table tennis, from badminton. And our cricket team qualified to represent the zone, when I mean the Eastern Zone, at the National Sports Festival. Our volleyball team qualified to represent the zone. So you can see that every other aspect of sports
is represented.
But we won't miss this question when we know that it's not always rosy for every commission or position. Are there challenges you're probably going through? And if there are, how do you intend to overcome those challenges?
Definitely there must be challenges, but we are not deterred. The ant theory. Ant, if it's going, you block it. It changes direction. It has a target. So we behave like ants there. If you look at the challenges, you wouldn't do anything. So, but what we're doing is that we'll take the ant theory. When we get and see a challenge, we divert. We move. The important thing is that we have somewhere we are heading to. Success.
All right, you talked about catching them young from the primary schools, and then we know that some of these people we are talking about that are interested in sport or that are talented, some of them are not in schools. And you made mention that you go to schools to pick up these ones. So what about these people that are not in schools, that are in some rural communities, but then they are talented in sports? How do you intend to harness these people to bring them to the limelight?
Like I said, anytime we have sports festival like this, we treat it open. At the Youth Sports Festival, we opened up the space and invited everybody to camp. From there, we made a selection. The same thing has happened in this National Sports Festival. A good number of them had it and came on their own. All right. So we do know that everybody will not be in school. So once we get them, we start nurturing them. Some of them will redirect their careers and make sure that they are aligned with both the sports and what they want to be in life. So we are not limiting it. We always open up the space. Yeah.
All right. So your commission, is there future plan of probably building a national stadium, building some other facilities, sports facilities and equipment that would enhance and of course promote
or even sports academy?
Well, sports academy, fine, but we are taking one thing at a time.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name and location.
Once again, because I ask you when I check what I find.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm not talking. You take over with the Minister of Sport. According to what cultural day, when is this way? See, about something happened. The private alone, the village house here. I come. But you go Friday. Now, the was from school now. As a more from my school. I want to buy one. I want to go. I feel that I want to buy my long job, my go sports in one kind of anymore. I make a secret to a cultural day when it's there. I'm in the room. When I'm on the page, I see make go see again. Because you can make the following thing.
Okay,
no, we're fine.
I've had him.
Okay.
It's not like I understand what he's trying to say, so that the activities will be more regular. Yes, like the sports, the football season, because we want to use the most popular one to trigger it. The football season, when it will start, we are going to have about 600 matches going on at the same time in a day. So the primary schools, yeah, sure, we have about 1,000 primary schools in Anambra State. So if you merge them to play, they will have about 600 matches in a day. So we make them to be playing every Friday, while the secondary schools will be playing on Saturdays. So almost every weekend is loaded when it will start. So we, from there, and when they are playing football, you see people that are playing tennis, we naturally want to go and start doing some other activity. So we use this one to trigger the rest.
All right.
That is the plan.
Let's go back to tomorrow's event. That's Walk for Life program that is coming up tomorrow. That's the Benin edition.
Yeah.
So what are people expected to wear? Like, can I wear this and comfortable?
No, you can't wear this. You won't be comfortable.
Okay.
You need to go and get a walk shoe. When I mean walk shoe, I don't mean coming to ABS.
Okay.
Walk shoe as in trekking. Something that's very comfortable. Something that when you walk for about 20, 30 minutes, 1 hour, you wouldn't. Yeah. And again, you need something that is, like cotton. Like one of our working partners, Bled Energy. We met him and they are very good. And they promise us that they are working with us. If you look at this thing, it's cotton.
Yes.
So at least I'm sure this will size you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, thank you very much.
And also, I'm sure my big brother, this will also size you. So I expect that two of you will, wear this. It's pure cotton.
Yeah.
So even when it's getting hot, it will absorb it. So that's the type of thing we expect people. We distributed them, a lot of them. They gave us almost 300 pieces of it. So that is it. So that is what we expect you to wear. And wear something comfortable. Wear your sneakers, and here we go.
And tomorrow is going to be loaded.
Yes,
loaded.
Definitely, we'll be there.
Sure.
And thank you so much for the t-shirt.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Well, I think this is exactly where we'll be drawing the curtain on this particular discussion, sports development in Anambra State. Well, you've heard it from the man himself, the chairman, Mr. Tony Uli. He's told us everything the commission is doing and what we're expecting in Anambra State. So just be alert from now, moving on. Sports in Anambra State will be the center of attraction.
Yes.
And I want to say a very big thank you to the chairman, Sports Development Commission, Mr. Tony Oli. Many thanks for joining us on the program.
Many thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
And I know you are not going yet because you're still joining.
Of course, yeah. Of course, sports today will be covered.
Okay, sports today.
Okay, just to let you know that Walk for Life tomorrow, 6:30, you should be at the venue, 7 p.m. kick off. Where exactly are we taking off again?
the field opposite Governor's Lodge at Amobia.
The field opposite Governor's Lodge, Amobia. By 7 o'clock, we are heading. And of course, what do you expect? You expect to be fit, strong, and healthy. And that's what tomorrow is going to be about. Don't forget to be there. We'll be there. We have our t-shirt already.
Yes, and, of course, you can put on whatever that makes you comfortable. Yes.
All right. Many thanks once again for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's TGIF edition.
TGIF. In fact, Tony Lee has made my day today. Because tomorrow, I'm just looking forward to tomorrow. I will definitely get to be there.
Okay, well, many thanks for joining us on today's Good Morning Anambra. I'm Berry Ugonna. Many thanks for joining us.
And my name is Chidima Orawa. Have a fabulous weekend.
Listen to this public service announcement. The Anambra State Sports Development Commission cordially invites you to the maiden edition of Walk for Life. It holds this Saturday, the 3rd of November 2018. Tagged, Fun Way to Keep Fit. Walk schedule is as follows. Open ground, opposite Governor's Lodge, 6:30 a.m. Take off, 7 a.m. Final stop and aerobics at Njikoka Local Government Area, Abagana. There would be 4 refuel points along the routes. The Walk for Life is proudly supported by International Brewers PLC and Bullet Energy Drink.